Your Apple devices are powerful, but if they're not set up right, then they're holding you back.
Woke up, new day, no fear, no chains. Fresh start, clean slate, break them reins.
Today, I'm gonna show you how to reset, refocus, and make sure your iPad, iPhone, and Mac are working for you, not against you. Today, I wanna give you a step-by-step process to help you digitally declutter, to prioritize what matters, and to set up systems to help you succeed, all using Apple's built-in tools and ecosystem.
Climb the mountain, not afraid to fall. Every step counts, make them stand tall.
Most people's devices are completely overwhelmed with apps, notifications, and distractions. But starting fresh is a great way to take control and focus on what really matters. Here's an insane stat for you. Reducing digital clutter can increase your focus and productivity by up to 40%. This comes from the University of California Irvine study. To move forward effectively, I recommend completely wiping out the digital clutter. Nuke it and start fresh. And you're gonna be surprised at how freeing that actually is. The Princeton Neuroscience Institute found that clutter, whether digital or physical, has been proven to increase cognitive load, A, and B, reduce focus. Inbox 0. If there's stuff that you haven't responded to, either get it responded to before the start of the year, or just take everything and archive it and start over. If you haven't gotten to it now, you probably don't need to. Unsubscribe from all the newsletters that you've accumulated and subscribed to, YouTube channels that you've subscribed to. Unfollow all the accounts that you're following on social media, for instance. The important stuff will work its way back into your life. If it's important enough, you're gonna remember it, you're gonna seek it back out, and you're gonna add it back in intentionally. You can clean up your iCloud drive, delete unnecessary files, organize folders, optimize storage, reset your home screen, get rid of widgets, rearrange apps, create a clean, intentional layout. Most of it is less important to you than you realize, and that will become very apparent if you nuke it.
Gonna take charge, don't look back. Clear mind, focus, straight on track.
The next thing that I think you should do is use Apple's built-in tools to systematize and prioritize what really matters to you. A framework that I think a lot of people can just pick up and run with is the 4Fs framework. That would be family, fitness, fun, and finances. You can create a different calendar for each of those maybe if you want to, and actually time block out space on your calendar for those different things. If you're like me, you might add a fifth in there, faith. But either way, if you proactively put those things on your calendar, then other people's schedules and calendars can't impose themselves onto your time. And if you have your calendar pre-blocked out, and maybe even leave some time for spontaneity, for discovery, for adventure, then you're gonna make sure that you're protecting the things that matter to you. A study from the National Institute of Health says that structured routines and systems improve satisfaction and performance by up to 18%. So if you can create systems for yourself, like we're talking about here, and stack that onto that 40% increase from your digital declutter, you're already in pretty good shape for next year. You can do things like finally take the time to customize focus modes for work and personal time, or for sleep to block those distractions across all your devices, family mode for dinner, fitness mode for workouts, work time for those deep focus sessions. Another big part of creating systems for yourself is to create automations. One easy way to do that in the Apple ecosystem is with shortcuts. You can schedule reminders for your fitness goals. You can automate journaling. You can launch apps with a single tap. One of the simplest ways to automate things that I've found that I really rely on is to just use my voice to create a reminder using Siri that can be something that recurs weekly or daily or monthly or yearly. And you'd be surprised how much that can keep you on track. All it takes is like 5 seconds to voice something. It can be remind me every night at 8 p.m. to spend 15 minutes thinking about what I need to do for the next day, laying out my clothes for the next day so I can just wake up and get right to it. Whatever you do, whenever you get your priorities figured out and then integrated into your calendars and into your systems and automations, then treat those like appointments that you're not gonna interrupt, that you're not gonna push aside. Just like if you were meeting with a business associate or something that you can't miss. Well, don't miss those things on your calendar that you've blocked out. And if you treat it seriously like that, then you're not gonna miss out on family time or kid time or work time or reading time, fitness time. You're gonna want to commit to learning something new in the next year. Why? Because growth doesn't happen by default. You have to plan to grow. A 2022 LinkedIn Learning Report said that continuous learners report a 30% higher adaptability and long-term earning potential. I bring that up because a lot of people for their New Year's resolution are like, I want to make more money. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure to do something like use your Apple Calendar to time block, carve out some personal development time every week. A lot of people don't realize how much time they're spending watching TV, watching YouTube, watching TikTok, or just playing video games, whatever the thing may be. I know you sit down to just relax for a little bit and you think it's gonna be like 10 or 20 minutes, but really you end up spending like 2 hours there and you don't even realize it. And it sort of eats away, not just at your time and attention, but also kind of at your soul. You do your best work, it's proven, in the morning, and your focus is something that depletes throughout the day. So by the time it's like 7 o'clock, if you choose to spend an hour gaming or whatever, you're that much more depleted and you're not gonna feel like reading or learning or doing anything else. Here's the thing, if you pick the right thing, then learning feels like gaming. So I dug into productivity at some point. Now I'm like a productivity pro, and I share that over on the Great Onboarding. Into Freeform, Apple's Freeform app. I loved when that came out, so I dug into it and learned all the little nuances and stuff. And now I put it to use in everything that I do. But I will just say, if anything in this video is resonating with you, don't wait. Don't hesitate. Go do it right now. Your Apple devices are tools. You got to make them work for you. So start fresh, set up your systems, and take charge of the new year.
Woke up, new day, no fear, no chains. Fresh start, clean slate, break them reins. Lost all the baggage, shed the dead weight. Eyes on the prize, this year won't wait. Gonna take charge.